Llano's a unique little town. It's a very small rural community. There's about 3,000 people here within only 4 square miles. We're in the historic rail yard district, and so this area right outside the church, this was the commerce, hub, the industrial side of Llano back in the late 1800s. Very cool old building, and there's a lot of those in this town that are still in use and functional. The week before Thanksgiving, I got a phone call at home that someone said, hey, the roof of the church has just been blown off. So we jumped in the car, but as soon as I turned the corner, a huge section of our roof was laying in the parking lot. There was roofing material scattered for, almost a city block all around here. But the center of the church was pretty miraculously intact and saved. There were immediately people in town are already showing up with work gloves and trash bags.
When they said the roof came off, I was really not expecting for the roof to be off. Fortunately, the old roof was still there. So there was 2 layers of roof there. They had just taken a new layer and put it over the top of the roof. I wasn't even aware until I walked around to take a look at everything that the condenser units were mounted on the roof, and both of those condenser units were now hanging from the refrigerant lines.
The initial fear that I'm feeling is we're going into the holiday season, running into Christmas. What is this going to mean for our church? We were able to determine that we could stay in the building until we were ready to actually begin construction. And so we got our plan together, we got all of our contractors together. We had our plan ready to execute right after Christmas.
Seeing the chaos, the destruction, immediately my mind is trying to put it back together. What's the best way we can do this? Obviously, if there's potential for the roof coming off, we don't want to put those condensers back up there. Going with the Mitsubishi Electric system, having a lower profile condenser, a quieter condenser, we didn't have to put it back on the roof. We could put it on the ground, out of the way, where it wasn't an inconvenience, either size or sound. We chose the SMART MULTI system for a number of reasons. Space being one of the biggest concerns. Where the condenser sits, it's not only a pathway between 2 buildings, but it also is a playground for children. So we had to take that into consideration. Noise being the second reason for choosing the system. There, a lot of sound equipment back where that air handler sits, and being a much smaller footprint, we had a lot more options as to where we could place that system. In the process of putting the project together and planning everything out, we eliminated the need for a second, smaller air handler. There was 7.5 tons of cooling in here previously, both running on electric heat, very inefficient, but also high demand on electrical. In eliminating that extra air handler, we were able to remove the remaining circuits and remove an entire electrical service and meter. The Mitsubishi Electric system that we had chose was capable of connecting to the existing controls. It was very plug and play.
I had sat through training with Nick on the Mitsubishi Electric systems probably 8 months prior to the roof coming off the church, and had learned a lot about them. The warranty is amazing, and to me what that speaks to is a company that believes in their product. Nick and I immediately started talking about the studies that were done where they had actually reduced electrical panels and were able to air condition the same size space with a slightly bit smaller tonnage because of the efficiency of the system. Well, Nick went through the process of documenting and showing one Mitsubishi Electric system that served both of the general areas that were now out of commission, and in a way that was more efficient.
Since going live with the Mitsubishi Electric system, I believe it's performed tremendously. In comparison to its predecessor, it is almost mind-blowingly more efficient, quieter. You can have conversations. I run sound here Sunday mornings for church, and I'm able to turn the volume down when people speak. When the music's playing, there's not this dinosaur system just blasting air at one constant speed. It is rather peaceful.
Cooling of an older building is always a challenge, so it seems to be doing its job very well. We're pulling numbers on kilowatt usage and our building capacity as far as how many meters we had to have here. There's some big wins that I think other folks in this town with similar buildings like ours that they could learn from some of the wins here. And then the sound level. So we're right here where we're having prayer meetings, which are quiet, and we're recording music, and we're recording sermons. And the other unit was, when it cycled on and off, it was maybe not distracting, but it was noticeable. You noticed it, especially in quiet times. This other one, you can only tell it's running if you're standing outside looking at the fans. I mean, it's so extremely quiet.
We have a full line of ducted products that can handle pretty much any space that you would need them to. And that's a perfect example of where we are now with this project. It's not just a single room. It's not just a small office or a garage. When we look at the temperatures in Central Texas, we can have snow and we can have 110 plus days. And having one piece of equipment that can handle both of those extremes extremely well and still be saving a lot of energy in the process is kind of a no-brainer for Nick, his company, and now most of his customers.
Having such a dependable, reliable product in our corner has made us that much more trustworthy. When your product doesn't break down like everybody else's, when you have readily available support from Mitsubishi Electric for your product, it really speaks volumes, and it advertises itself through such a small, tight community like Llano.
My favorite thing from the storm, it seems like a strange thing to say. I grew up on the coast. I grew up in hurricane territory, and what I saw down there was storms always brought out the best in neighborhoods and in communities. I remember meeting some of my neighbors for the first time because we're cleaning up each other's yards and homes after storms. And so this was a similar situation in that it brought this community together. That's the benefit of having local contractors. All of these guys they're already here. They're people that we know and we have a relationship with, and they came to our rescue really quickly.
Biggest standout is the support and knowledge base of the Mitsubishi Electric contractors. The training that Mitsubishi Electric is providing to get them to a technical level to where they can actually fully service this equipment. It means a lot, especially when you're in a rural environment like this. How Mitsubishi Electric arms their contractors, it puts me in a position that I expand my business.
I would absolutely recommend Mitsubishi Electric to anybody looking for a new HVAC system. We're involved in a few other nonprofits in this area that are maintaining some old buildings and old systems as well. But we would absolutely recommend them come in and check this one out and see all the benefits.